welcome to Up the Villa podcast for our fan cam. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 1, and I'm so disappointed with the way we went that second half. I thought first half I was comfortable with how it was first half. I thought we competed well, we didn't create that many chances, but we were well in the game. It was an even game. We were matching them, we were battling with them, and I'd say that it was just two even teams first half, nothing in it, but we needed to kick on second half. Second half, there was a massive lull between 45 to 60 minutes where they really came into the game, and tactically I just saw nothing after that. We absolutely fell apart. I've no idea why he took Douglas Luiz off. I thought McGinn was better when he was on the left hand side of the three midfield. When Ramsey came on, McGinn went to the right, which I felt we just weren't as good. I'm just so frustrated. You guys that watch this channel know that I am super positive all of the time. I look for the positives after every single result, but for me, I think I've seen enough. I think I've seen enough with the way we're playing to warrant this. I just don't think Gerrard is a good enough coach in the Premier League. That is all I'm saying. I think tactically he gets outfought every single time. He waited too long today to make the substitutions. We didn't change the game quick enough. We had no shots on target, I don't think, all game. It's just crap. Like, it's just rubbish football. Like, we come in here week in, week out, trying to huff and puff our way through it. We've had a long pre-season. We've tried to see what Gerrard can do. And for me, I just think Beale was the brains behind the whole operation. The same as what it was with Rangers, and we're devoid of anything tactically, we're devoid of any game plan, with no creativity moving forward. The front two today have got no movement in them whatsoever. There was only one time where I felt like Danny Ings ran through a channel and it posed a threat, but apart from that, as Justin always says, this three midfield doesn't work. The fullbacks are too far forward. If we're asking our fullbacks to be creative every single game, David Moyes done a job on us second half today, and I just don't know what to say. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts, because you know I try and be positive after every single game, but I'm running out of stuff that I can be positive about. We've had no shots on target at home today. You know, we've played two up front. Coutinho in behind the two did nothing again, and I'm just frustrated. And I don't like to look and think, okay, we got Arsenal next, we got City next. Where's the win going to come from? I always like to look at what games in front of us, but I can't see us getting anything from Arsenal. I can't see us getting anything from City. So how many games is that? Is that going to be 6 games with 3 points?
5 games. Yeah.
So 5 points with 5 games with 3 points.
No, 6, yeah.
6 games with 3 points. It's crap, right? It is crap, and I don't know where we go.
We've lost 3 out of 4 now.
I don't know where we go from here. I honestly don't. I'm not seeing enough on that football pitch to see us getting out of this position. And the way I look at it, I'm trying to be honest, I don't think Gerrard is a good enough coach to get us to where we want to go. I think his main coach has disappeared, and some of you will disagree and say that Beale, you know, we were crap before Beale, but we heard that he was going to be the full pre-season. We needed a full pre-season. Maybe a full pre-season under Beale was the right direction, but he left, and we were left with a coach that was stuck at home while we were on our pre-season tour for 6 weeks, and he was still in England and we were in Australia, and we just look like we don't know what we're doing. And that's all I can say. It looks like we try and get it out wide, and that is it. Once it's out wide, we cross it in, and that's it. So I'm sorry I'm negative, but I can't see a way out, the way we improve. So up the Villa. Justin, you've either got words of wisdom, some positivity pulled up that new shirt, or you, like me, are bitterly disappointed and devoid of any ideas of what's, you know, I mean, we've had a lot of people on the fan cam now that are, you know, not happy with how we've played, but one thing I'll ask you is, where does it get any better? How can we improve?
I don't know. The one positive is I do like this shirt, but everything else of today has been a nightmare. I actually thought the first half, the setup of the team looked better. That Louise instead of Ramsey compacted the midfield much better. And what we've been moaning about week in, week out on the podcast is the full-backs bombing on and the 2-8s dropping in to cover them. That didn't happen first half. So we pressed them better, we got up the pitch better. I thought the front two pressed really well and they looked sharp. Coutinho's flicks were starting to come off. And I was thinking, yeah, you know what, things are improving here. We're looking a lot better. But I think we got to half-time. Obviously we had the goal disallowed for the ball going out. And that sort of glossed over the fact we hadn't scored. So we got to half-time and I was talking to Dave, sits next to me, and I said, I thought that, this is better.
Shape-wise,
it was better.
Like the way they get, we spoke about their threats, how they dominate midfield, and I felt we coped well with that.
Absolutely,
first half.
Yeah, I thought.
For me, there was nothing in that game first half.
But I think us not capitalising on the better performance by not going in ahead, so getting the goal, meant that they went in at half-time and Moyes was able to get into them and say to them, right lads, you're 0-0 here. They've been better. I thought West Ham were okay, but they've been better than us, but they haven't created anything. They don't look like they're going to score. So you've got nothing to lose there. You haven't got a point, you haven't got a goal. So raise your levels, all of you raise your levels a little bit. They made that little switch, took Emerson off and put Fornals on the left, which I think helped them a lot. And he cut inside ultimately, and the deflected goal was where they scored from. But they lifted their levels and we dropped our levels, and like you said, 45 to 65 was flat. There was nothing there. When you're looking for somebody, like we said along, I'm not digging McGinn out because he's the captain. I thought he was much better first half. He was running around, you could see he was trying to make things happen. But that's where you need your captain to say, right lads, levels have dropped here. Your on-field leader has to lift the levels then. It didn't happen.
But I felt like Moyes changed it at half-time.
Yeah.
So from 45 to 60, we were like waiting around. What were we waiting around for? We should have made a proactive substitution.
Steven Gerrard,
if we'd have made a substitution, either brought Bailey on and offered a bit of pace, or brought Brendan on earlier, you can't wait and react all of the time.
No.
And that is what we're doing.
I thought maybe the early change in the second half when things were getting flat was maybe to put Bailey on for Ings and giving you, like you say, that pace up top. Coutinho looked like he took a knock, so he had to come off, but then he changed Louise for Ramsey, which I sort of understood at the time because Ramsey's got legs and he can run at people, and I think it was very flat, so I think he was trying to get that bit more energy in the middle of midfield, and then he obviously chucked Bailey on for the pace. But the worrying thing now is nothing's changing now. Game in, game out, we've seen the same level of performances. 3 losses out of 4 now in the Premier League, with what you would look at on paper, it was a decent start really fixture list wise. Now we're looking at 2 very, very tough games, away at Arsenal and then home to City, where we notoriously do terrible against. So we could be looking at 6 games and 1 win, which is pretty poor. So you can only question the manager then. He said this is his season. He's had his pre-season. He had his games up to the end of last season. He's had his pre-season to get things right, and we've started terribly. That's the reality of it. First time against Bolton wasn't very good. All right, we did better second half, and we did. At the last home game here, we beat Everton. Wasn't massively convincing, but we got it over the line. So that lifted a bit of the gloom. But losing at home to West Ham today, a team that you could see in the first time was devoid of confidence. If we'd any other team that's in, top say 10 of the league would look at West Ham that first half and they would have put them to bed. They would have scored 1 or 2 goals and have kept them down. That, by not going into the lead at half time, gave them the confidence to come out and have a go at us, and we didn't react. We had nothing on the pitch that could react to that, and then they obviously got the goal. It was a lucky goal. All right, if you don't have a shot, you don't score, do you? But you took a deflection off Konsa, it's looped over the keeper, you're 1-0 down, and quite frankly after that we didn't look like scoring, did we? I know we huffed and puffed, there was 1 or 2 little efforts at the end, but bitterly disappointed, utterly frustrated, and at the moment it's only going to get worse in the next week, I'm afraid. So Stevie G is looking down the barrel, I'm afraid, now for me.
Sean, what are you saying?
I'm disappointed. I wore this t-shirt because I thought it was ready for war. This camo, and there was no battle at all from Villa, especially in the second half. First half I thought, good, there's something to build on, we can move, even though it wasn't going forward. Wasn't. Second half we just regressed, and it was just sideways, and I'm disappointed because I think we could have got something here, but the longer the game went on, it wasn't going to happen, and he took one of their lucky goals to go in, and we just literally disappointed.
What did you make of Luis coming off?
I think him coming off was a problem where the downfall is, but I think his legs was gone. I don't know, I just thought he hasn't played much games, I just thought he had to come off, but Gerrard has the same substitutions each game, the same three. You can literally plan and know exactly what's going to happen. We haven't got the depth. We need to get some more players to support that midfield, really do.
And what would you say about the style of play?
What style of play? No, that's the point. We don't even change the formation to suit what's happening. It's just like for like players all the time, and there's nothing tactically. There hasn't been nothing there for a long time, which is frustrating me. Really is. But anyway, up the Villa.
Jude, what are you saying?
I don't know, I'm frustrated. I mean, Gerrard's been here, nearly 10 months, and there's no plan. He's had a pre-season, and we still don't know what style of play he's trying to play. I mean, I don't know how about you, Luke, but I felt like he was just trying to get out to the wings, and then there was no plan B. I mean, I could coach that on FIFA. So, yeah, it was frustrating. First half, we were okay, but second half we just fell apart, and that's been the story under Gerrard.
I felt like first half, like we were competing well.
Yeah,
like, we were well in the game, but that's not enough, is it? At this level, to just go into a game and think you're doing well because you're competing.
Yeah, not at this level. And I think in the first half, I was worried in the first half because I thought if we don't get a goal, these will come back at us in the second half, and that's what they did, didn't they? But like I said, the most worrying thing for me is there's no style of play, and I've said that for ages. We were okay the first half, second half we were really poor, and that's been the same under Gerrard. For me, I don't want to say, see Gerrard go, but based off that, what can I say? In the next two games,
I think
City,
that's
Arsenal.
the frustrating place that we're in, isn't it? It's that some fans don't want to say he needs to go, but what are we seeing that's gonna get us any better? And that's the thing. Like, we've had a full pre-season. We're early on into this season, and nothing looks like it's got any better from last season.
Nah, and that's it. And these squad players on paper, they're brilliant. Someone with this squad should be doing a lot better and should be qualifying, competing in the top half of the table. And that's what the owners want. That's what we've been told, not what we expect. That's what we've been told. So I don't know where to go from here. 3 days left in the transfer window. I imagine we'll dip into that. But on a more positive note, make sure you vote for these guys in the FCA's Up the Villa podcast. Make sure you get voting and Up the Villa.